drawing circles in Inkscape is also very easy. So you just select the circle tool here, and just like with the rectangle, you just click and drag at a point to make an oval shape like this. And again, if you want to keep the shape to a perfect circle, then just hold on the Control key and just make sure that your drag is something near what a perfect circle would be. And once you've dragged out a circle, you have a few more options. We have the start and end option, which you can actually use to make this into kind of like a pie looking type object. And the best way to demonstrate this is just to do it. So by increasing the start value, it's going to move the start point from right here on this point in terms of degrees. So this is 84 degrees. If we set this to something like 90, you see that this is going to be a perfect 90-degree angle, and this bottom quarter of the circle is cut out. And you can increase that, and then you can also increase the end point to have that come around like there. So we get kind of like a little Pac-Man type shape. You then also have a few other options. You right now by default will have it set to this option, which is a segment. So even though we're cutting in, this is still a closed shape, and I could apply a fill to this shape by, for example, right-clicking this and saying set fill. And so that's going to set the shape, the fill of this closed object. If you change to this, you're going to get an arc. So it's actually just going to leave out these two straight lines, and you're just going to get an open curve which starts here and ends here. So now you can see it's being joined in terms of the fill by just a straight line. I could just get rid of that. Oh, sorry. I'm going to undo that. You can set the fill to nothing, and now you see you just get a sort of semicircle arc that starts there and ends there. The last option is whenever you've used some of these options, you can just convert it right back to a full circle by clicking this option on the right. And that's really all there is to drawing circles. Just one other tip that you might find useful. If you know exactly where the center point of your circle is. So as we saw, normally you'll drag from a corner, and if we just set the stroke back to something like this, we're starting from the top left corner. You could also start from the top right corner, or any of the four corners in fact. But let's just say, for example, that you know a certain point is going to be the center point of your circle. You can click on that point with the circle tool, and then hold down the Shift key and drag from there. And then the point that you started clicking from is actually going to be the center of your oval or circle, as opposed to some corner piece on the outside. So that could be quite useful.